What is going on, YouTube? Spring has finally sprung here in Maine, and I'm twiddle-pated. For all you Bambi lovers, I think that's for Bambi, twiddle-pated. Anyway, I am super jazzed. I got some really great news today about a sponsorship opportunity that I've been pursuing for a little while, and super excited to announce that it went well. More on that in the near future. Today, I'm on my way to the Pejepscot Dam. It's in Brunswick, Maine still, but kind of on the back country roads of Brunswick, Maine. Anyway, I've got some more exciting news. I procured a drone. I used to have a drone, and I sold it because it didn't fly it as much as I thought I would. I wasn't really into photography back then. This is a few years ago. It was a Phantom 3. But lately, I've just been wanting to get up in the sky and get some really cool aerial footage, and I think it's going to provide a lot of value to this channel. The infamous Danny's hot dogs. Hot dogs. Freaking love hot dogs. I found this by accident. I was actually looking for some spots to fish on the Androscoggin because it's close to my house, and one of the guys that I work with was like, "Why don't you go to the fish park, the Androscoggin or the Pejepscot Fish Park?" And I was like, "Where the hell is that?" So it took me like forever to find this place, and I pulled over on the side of the road one day just to, try to find it on Google, and I was actually parked right next to it. There's a lot of water that flows through here. I'll turn you guys around. So we are right now on top of the dam. And this is the Androscoggin River. This river used to be absolutely polluted from the paper mills. They used to just, legally, they were allowed to dump all of their waste right in the river. So it still hasn't fully recovered from all of that, but as years progress, it's getting there. So anyway, I'm gonna fly this drone around and put a little B-roll together for you guys, and then we'll do a rig walk around on the inside. All right, so we'll go ahead and start with the back. So as you may or may not know from my previous video, I do have a dog. I have a Great Dane mix, and these seats were just not doing it for him. He was sliding all over the place, getting the seats dirty, and I just wanted to build him something that was going to be more comfortable for him if we were going to go on long hauls. So I got this piece of plywood and put it on some door hinges. I laid the factory seat down and took the bottom part out, which would have been folded up on this side. I unbolted that and I stored that, folded this part down so I could create this. It still allows me to grab things from the back, so I can still open it and have access to there. Actually, there's a slit that is cut here to hold it securely where the seat used to bolt into. So that's what I have for the dog. I just wrapped it in automotive fabric that I got at like Home Depot or something like that. I think all in all, maybe it cost me $30 to build this. So $30 to have your dog be comfortable and not hopping around in the back seat all the time. That's money well spent in my book. Here I just have some basic hand tools. It's the Craftsman set, so you can fix some of the smaller stuff on the trail. This isn't kitted right now for a trip. This is my daily driver, so everything that I have in here is stuff that just stays in here. Like some fly fishing stuff, my rod. I got the big sky rack up top, which I'll show you. This here is just to protect my door from the dog when he likes to, you know, hop around out back and stare out the window. Aside from that, that's pretty much this side. There's really not much more than that, simply because this is the dog quarters. So I saw this big sky rack on somebody's Instagram account or something like that, and I really liked it. I liked having it up in the overhead where you could still have people in the back. They're not necessarily being bothered if they're not too tall by the rack up there. It's out of the eyesight, so when you're looking into the vehicle, you can't really see the rack up there. So for that purpose, I liked it. A little bit of a concealment purpose. It can hold 2 guns. It's the Big Sky 2R, I think is what it's called. I'll put a link in the description of the video down below. I got it at Cabela's. And in order to mount it in this truck, we had to custom fab some brackets. They look almost like just little pieces of flat bar that we rounded the corners on and drilled some holes in, because we had to take the factory grip out and mount this plate in order for it to be sturdy. Because before it would only mount to one side of the handle, which you could physically turn the thing when it was mounted up there. So what I did instead was put these eyelets instead of the grab handle, and I'm gonna make paracord handles instead. So there'll still be handles back here, but they'll be made out of paracord. And a bike lock. I just picked up a generic bike lock at Walmart, just for keep honest people honest. You run it through your magwell, and I just, it brings me a little more comfort knowing that there's guns in the truck and that they're locked up. So anyway, let's move on to the front. So the front of the truck, the driver's side and passenger side, is kind of like a little control center. You'll see that I have a scanner here. This is the Uniden. This is the remote head for it. This is the BC RH96. The scanner, the actual scanner piece, is mounted under the driver's seat. It is the 996 XT, something like that. I have it programmed with all the local channels and state police and stuff like that, so I like listening to it. And there's the speaker that I mounted. There used to be a tray here that came factory with the Tacomas, so I took that out and I just mounted that there. This here is my CB radio, believe it or not. I actually had to solder, and it looks kind of ugly, but I had to solder and reverse this thing, so it was a female plug, in order for it to work. But it does work, and it works with, oh boy, I'm not gonna be able to get to it. It works with this. This is the Cobra 75 WX-ST. So anyway, it plugs right into here. There we go. And that's how you do it. So you can control your channels and everything from the handheld, and it just it works really great. Here I have a mag mount. This is just for my personal phone. Just mount it there. Just those mag mounts are awesome. So I have a secondary mount here. This is my work phone. I don't hardly ever take that with me on the trails, but this thing is really cool. And it's mounted. Note to self, always review footage before wrapping things up. So I was just watching all the footage to make sure that I covered all my bases and stuff, only to find out that my microphone cut out like halfway through the interior video. So I'm gonna pick up where we left off here. Take that out. All right, so I was talking about this before I was so rudely interrupted by technical difficulties. So this is that ram mount. I bought it, it's like a extended bolt thing with the ball on the end from a guy on Tacoma World. And it worked really well with this, which I already had because I had it on my motorcycle, and I was able to just kind of repurpose that. Over here we have the Kenwood TM281A. This is a really, really nice radio. It's a VHF and it's really affordable. It's mounted to a bracket that I got from a guy on Tacoma World. I don't know if he still has those available for sale, but if he does, I will link it in the video description below. This bracket, I had to cut this little tray out in order to fit it in there, but it works out really, really well, and I've used it a couple of times, and yeah, I'm just very pleased with it. This Miso Customs dual map light, I had to wait forever for this thing because they sell out so fast and they're super cool. But I love the red. I usually keep it just on the red and it works really well. I'll link down below to the thread where you can get these if you have a second gen. He does make them for the third gens as well, and I think he's working on a center dome light. So if you haven't already seen this, this is my switch panel that I built in my do-it-yourself S-Pod video. It's a fuse relay panel that is under the hood, and this is just where all the switches are. So I ran it up on my A-pillar and then under the headliner into here, cut out one of my sunglass holders and mounted it in that. You have to have patches. Rago Fabrication is infamous for their patches. Very, very cool. Swell runner representing. That is just a one Tigris visor thingy. All right, guys, that about wraps it up. It's not kitted out for a camping trip right now, so this is just what I carry as a daily driver to and from work, to the grocery store and whatever. I'll do another video in the future when I have it all optimized storage-wise for a camping trip. I'm still not sure how I'm going to utilize some spaces on the truck. It is very tight, so having a Great Dane mix and a fiance and all the gear and luggage that comes with that, emotional baggage, you know, I'll figure it out. It's going to be good. I'm excited for 2019. I'm excited for what it has in store for us. I'm excited for this new partnership with an awesome company and showing and what it is that they have to offer the community. I think I stand behind this company 100%. What they do as far as helping out others in their time of need and what their work with first responders and stuff is really cool, and I'm very excited to be repping their company and to work with them. So more on that in the near future. We're gonna do the initial camping trip of 2019, either this coming weekend or the weekend after. So stay tuned for that as well. If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel down below. Push that red button until it turns gray. Subscribe, guys. This video was a result of a comment. So I really enjoy when you guys participate and you tell me what you want, because it takes the thinking out of it and it lets me know that you guys are watching and you're enjoying the content. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. If you didn't, I guess give me a thumbs down if you're that guy. Just follow me on Instagram, PS Overland. PS Overland, it's the same logo as my YouTube channel logo. Go visit the website, hang out on the website, read some articles if you're interested in what it is that I use. I do some reviews on some gear there. Kenwood radio, I do a review on the scanner. I do a review on all sorts of stuff. So if you're interested and you're kind of caught in the middle of whether or not you want to buy something and it's something that I have, chances are I've done a review on it. So go ahead and read that. It's pinestateoverland.com. I appreciate you guys following along, and I really, really, really appreciate your support. Until next time, get outside and explore. Thanks, guys.